Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at the Rover. This was a request from a commenter, the smallest ship that I could build with a single, well, while still being usable. My definition of usable is that it still has a hab that does something, so I need more than just like a one-by-one companionway. So here I decided to go ahead and build another caravan ship, and this one I called the Rover. This is a um, small caravan. It's just got a single 2x1. This particular case, it has the Stroud Eklund 2x1 all-in-one, which just means it's got 4 beds and a galley. So let's go ahead and do the quick interior tour, and then I'll show you how it's built. So as you can see, you come in right in the back. Here's our beds. Here's our galley. There's a bathroom right there. We have a front entry docker right there. And then we pop right on up here. And this is our Kontiki Bridge. And that is it for the interior tour. So let's go ahead and see how it's built. So this one is using a number of different parts. So I'm building it here at my outpost landing pad. I am making use of the ship flip glitch to go ahead and get these pieces on over the landing gear. And I also have a shield hidden under here, which you will see shortly. Um, Beyond that, there should be no mods needed to build this ship. However, I am using a mod that makes all parts unlockable at your outpost building pad, just because it makes my life easier. So, hopping on in here, let's just go ahead and grab the paint scheme really quick, so we can just snag that again later. Okay, and then I'm going to, as usual, delete the ship and show it to you from scratch. So first thing, as always, is the landing bay. This particular ship uses the Hope 4 landing bay. Um, and then let's go ahead and fill out the habitable areas. So this part is nice and easy. We need to come on over to the habs, scroll on down to the Stroud Eklund, and we are going to grab the Stroud all-in-one berth. Whether the A or the B doesn't really matter for this build. It just changes the side that the bathroom and the galley is on. And then that's it for habs. So let's go on over to our dockers first, and we are going to grab the Hope 11 Docker 4 and put it on the ship. And then right here we are going to go to our cockpits, and we are going to add the Kontiki B300. As usual with the Caravan builds, I am limiting it to requiring no ranks of starship design. So other top-mounted bridges, like the other Kontiki bridges, or any of the Overseer bridges are not allowed because they all require starship design. And that is it for the habitable areas. So let's go ahead and come on around to the back here. And we are going to go ahead and grab our reactor and grav drive. Here, we could do the 360T Stellarator or the 134mm. They both have connection points top, bottom, and sides. This one also has one on the back that we're not using, so it's really whichever one you prefer here. Down below, we have the grav drive. Here I grabbed the R3000. We can probably get away with the R2000 on this. We'll check at the end of the build. Alright. Next up, let's go ahead and fill out this bottom. So for the bottom, we are going to go ahead and grab the Pinpoint 3G landing gear. We've got 4 of these on here. The ship definitely does not need 4 of them, but I thought it looked better with 4 of them. And we are using the variant with the engine in the back. That engine does not provide any thrust, it just looks cool. And that gives us 4 landing gear. And then to finish out this section, I'm going to go ahead and put a pair of cargo holds on. And here I just went ahead and grabbed the Degama 1000 cargo hold. We could also use the Degama 1010. This is going to increase our mass by a little bit if we do that, which will lower our mobility score though. Alright, so that is the bottom of the ship. Then let's go ahead and fill out this mid-level. First things first, we need to go ahead and select the structural, and then we're going to go on down to the Nova Galactic cowling. We do need to make sure that this is set off to the side because we do have to flip glitch this in over the landing gear here. It looks like it should be able to fit, but the hitboxes prevent us from doing that. So put it in place, and then flip, flip, and we're done. Coming on over to this side, same thing, flip, flip, and we're done. Then right behind it, we could go ahead and use another Nova cowling, but I went ahead and put the fuel tanks here. And for this one, we are using a pair of the M30 Ulysses HE3 tanks. As mentioned, if you don't need this much fuel, which you probably don't need 200 fuel with this ship, you could replace one of them with a cowling fairly easily. Then, coming on to the back mount point here, we are going to grab our engines. And for this ship build, I went with a pair of the White Dwarf 2010 engines, partly because it sticks out and it's not going to clip into this at all, and partly just because, they do actually look kind of cool. Alright, and that is the mid layer done. Now we've got the top layer and the shield as part of that. So let's go ahead and grab our shield first. And for this one, I went with the 30S Protector Shield Generator. This ship build does require a top-mounted shield because we are all out of side-mount spaces. So we could go with this, we can go with one of the Bastilles, or we can go with the Marduk, whichever one you prefer. And I went with this one, and I am going to be flipping a cowling into place over it. And for that, let's come on down to the Nova Galactic parts. And put that in place, put it over, flip, flip, and that is done. Something that you definitely could do if you wanted to is you could go ahead and clip some structural pieces on over this to kind of hide it a little bit. But for this particular build, I decided to leave this exposed. Additionally, you will note the ordering of the reactor and the grav drive doesn't matter. You can have either one on top and either one on bottom, but we are making use of these side-mounted clips on all of these, which means that we cannot use one of the grav drives that does not have the side mounts. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our weapons, and then we're just going to take a quick peek back at the grav drive to see if we can go with a cheaper one. So I'm just using 3 Ravager 20 MeV electron beams on this ship because we have 3 spaces to mount them, and that does use up all 12 weapon power because they are 4 power each. Let's go ahead and assign our weapon. And then let's just delete this really quick and see what other grav drive we could stick in place. Let's see, the 1000 we could get away with, but our jump range is not quite going to be long enough. So let's go with the 2000 and just save a little bit of cash. And that is our ship. All that's left is to color it. So just select everything. And then we are just going to go ahead and choose our colors. For this one, I went with a red and gold scheme, because I thought that looked pretty good. But as usual, you can go with whatever color scheme makes you happy. Alright, so that is our ship. Let's go ahead and take it out in space and see what it looks like out there. And as we can see, I was playing around with some of my other ships earlier, so I've got a little bit of hull damage I needed to fix up. And also, as usual, the orbit here above my base is a cluttered mess. So let's just go ahead and fly on over here to orbit Aquila to take some pictures.
Welcome to Freestar Space. We're gonna do a quick scan for contraband, and you can be on your way. All right, you're good. Welcome to Aquila City.
Alright, here we go. Ooh, that's a nice view. You can get it with the moon right behind us. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys with that. Thank you for joining.